Lost Ark is a MMORPG in which you will be able to enjoy in both PvP and PvE content. But for the players who enjoy more in PvP, it's very important to pick at start class which will perform best in that part of gameplay. In today's video, you will see 3 classes which from my experience are best PvP classes of Lost Ark in 2022. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more Lost Ark videos in the future. Okay, so I need to say something very important before I show you my pick of best PvP classes, and that is next. Balance between classes of Lost Ark in general is very well adjusted, so with each new update we can see that developers are trying to make equal overall performance of all classes to some point, regarding DPS, regarding PvE performance and PvP performance, so regarding overall gameplay experience. Sometimes few classes during some period of time maybe feel a little bit stronger and better than other classes, but with next update that balance will shift in favor of other classes, so it's really hard to judge which classes are best and which classes or builds are meta at some point in time. So my advice for you is that you should play as main class which you enjoy to play the most, which feels the best under the fingers for you, no matter what any guide like this one will say. That being said, in today's video you will see 3 classes which in my experience did feel the best lately in PvP, and not only lately but overall during whole time I have played Lost Ark since release in Korea. Let's start with Striker. Striker is a fast-paced melee class which belongs to martial artist profession. First thing which comes to my mind when I'm talking about Striker are CC abilities of this class, and that is one of the main reasons why Striker is so popular as a PvP class. You will need to play this class on highly aggressive way, and you will be able to have high burst of damage while you do that. As Striker, you will generate elemental orbs, and then you will use them to activate esoteric skills, high damage abilities that can only be activated when your elemental bar is full or partially full. The Striker has 2 class engravings, Esoteric Flurry and Deathblow, and in the future you will see some dedicated videos regarding details of PvP builds for this class here on my YouTube channel. But for today I just want to give you general idea about this class. Bad sides of Striker, only one thing comes to my mind. This class is all about high damage, offensive skills and aggressive gameplay, so defensive stats and abilities of Striker are very low. Let's go further with Berserker. Berserker is a warrior class which is very popular and played among many players because it's a beginner-friendly class, tanky, not squishy at all, and also a class with lots of AoE skills which is very useful in general gameplay of Lost Ark, so for PvP and for PvE content. If you compare this class with other 2 warrior classes, Paladin and Gunlancer, then you will notice that Berserker have higher attack damage and increased mobility. Weapon of this class is a giant greatsword, and skill animations are really beautiful and powerful, but sadly little bit slower than skill animations for other classes. But same as Striker, this class is a very powerful damage dealer, especially when you enter rage mode, during which your attack speed and range are greatly increased. While Striker performs very good in PvP, but not that much in PvE, Berserker will perform great in both PvP and PvE, and it's also a beginner's friendly class, so easy to learn and to play kind of class. Regarding engravings, which are best for this class, that's a story for another video, but just to let you know, if you are a new player to Lost Ark, engravings are passive buffs that increase the customization of your class a lot. Bad sides of Berserker, when you play it under the fingers, that long animations of skills are a little bit annoying, but in time you will get used to it. Next class, which also feels very strong in PvP, is Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter is a ranged class which uses mechanical bows with special arrows and main characteristic of this class are high survivability and agility. Actually, this class have very few close ranged abilities, so if you want to play class which have most of the skills as a long range attacks, then this is a class for you. Don't be confused regarding the name of this class. In other versions of this game in Korea, Russia and Japan, this class is known as Hawkeye. Sharpshooter have a very interesting identity skill, which make this class able to summon a hawk. After using it, you'll have two options: send it to enemy or make it self-destruct. Whatever you decide, it's a very useful skill. This class perform very good in both PvP and in PvE, but I like it much more in PvP gameplay because of that long range and high mobility, which will make easier for you to survive longer time and also to hit targets from longer distance before they can even reach you. However, this class have two bad sides. Be careful if you engage in melee combat, because then you will feel how squishy you are against melee classes. You must stay most of the time at some distance from your target. Another bad side of this class is that it doesn't have buffs or debuffs, which would be useful for your party. Most of other classes of Lost Ark have at least one very useful buff or debuff, which will be useful to members of your party, which is very important since you will play big part of Lost Ark endgame content in parties with other players. Now, when I'm talking about PvP, then I need to show you what is happening on Korean servers lately regarding new PvP content which is added to the game, because sooner or later we will also get all that PvP content here in the West. I am here on official website of Lost Ark in Korea, and in front of you you can see update from December 29 when they have implemented factions into the game. Yes, you heard good. Faction system in Lost Ark. So basically what is happening over there? Let me scroll a little bit up, and I will not read to you all of this post. Don't worry about that. I have already made dedicated video only about factions of Lost Ark. Check that video on my YouTube channel. Today I will just show you basics and why is this important regarding PvP. So here you can see with this update, a new update from December 29, they have added a new continent, Rowan, into the game. And basically, when you enter that continent, all of this text is actually telling you that in short. When you enter that continent, you need to pick between two factions. You need to choose between Team Red or Team Blue. After you made your pick, you'll be able to participate in faction versus faction PvP. But not only that. On that new continent Rowan, you'll be able to participate in castle sieges, which are actually guild versus guild kind of PvP. Wow, right? That sounds also amazing. If you like to play PvP, this new update will be a huge thing when we get it here in the West. When we will get it, nobody knows that, but for sure, in some time in the future, during 2022, we will get this content. So developers over there in Korea are adding more and more PvP content into the game. The reason is simple. Lost Ark already have lots of PvE content. However, regarding PvP content, yes, we need more. And you can see here in the right upper corner, esports login. Yeah, also very interesting. I'll put link in the description below video so you can check this website later for yourself. Regarding Western release, what is currently happening, I'm making this video a little bit less than 2 weeks before Western release of the game. As you can see here on the news part of the website, nothing special here. Amazon Games is still working on that marketing and advertising campaign. If I see something new is happening regarding Western release, of course I will let you know about that. If you are interested into Lost Ark, check my YouTube channel for lots of gameplay videos and guides for new players, because I'm playing Lost Ark for a long time, basically from release over there in Korea, later in Russia and Japan. So you can see lots of content regarding classes and guides for new players. Regarding classes which are best for PvP, like I said on the start of this video, it's really not easy to judge regarding that classes, because with each new update that balance between classes is shifting a little bit. However, within last few years, Striker, Berserker and Sharpshooter under the fingers felt the best, the most powerful regarding PvP. However, like I said on the start, that is very important. Don't mind any guide, even my guide regarding PvP classes or anything. Just pick a class for you, which feels the best under the fingers, and play that class as main. Probably you will play more than few classes as main classes. When you decide a little bit later, maybe 2 classes you will play as main, and you'll have lots of alts for sure. So you'll be able to decide, you'll be able to judge better which class fits better for you. But in general, like I said, my feeling is that Striker, Berserker and Sharpshooter are currently very powerful in PvP, and not only currently, within the last few years. Let me know in the comments below video which class will you play as your main, and do you like to play more PvE content or PvP content in MMORPGs. If you are interested into MMORPGs, check my YouTube channel for lots of gameplay videos, guides, news and reviews from world of MMORPG gaming, with main focus on new upcoming PC MMORPGs and Lost Ark. Thank you for watching the video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more Lost Ark videos in the future. See you soon.